Alright guys, welcome back to the Tush Mahal. It's now Friday, May the 13th, 2022, and today is tire day. We're just about to exchange the old tires that are pretty much brand new, as you can probably see, but they are definitely aged out. They are showing a little bit of cracking between the treads, so time to change these out. We've decided to go with a little bit wider tire. These are Vredestein Quatrac 5. These are a 195, and I'm going to be upside down, 195 70/14, and currently there's a 185 70/14 on the car, so these are a little tiny bit wider. About as wide as you can go on this rim that's on the car. Anyway, we've got an appointment at the tire shop shortly, so we'll get these off and loaded into the back of the pickup truck. Take them up to the shop, get them exchanged out and balanced. Then we'll probably make a quick pit stop at the coin wash, and we'll spray these rims down with some high pressure water and soap just to get them cleaned up a little bit before we put them back on the car. So that's the plan for this afternoon. Tires. Alright, we're at the spray car wash, and those tires are looking really good. I like the look of them, so we're going to give these rims a quick power wash while we're here and clean them up. So let it rip. Alright, back from power washing, and we're just going through a little bit more of a process with a little soft bristled brush and some Windex to clean out the remaining residue between the ribs on the rims. This is kind of what it looks like. It looks a little better. I don't know if you can see that or not. Doing a little coat of fast wax on them afterwards as well and buffing them up. I think they look pretty good for 40-year-old rims. So anyway, we'll get this one cleaned up. We'll do the other two. It does take a bit of time to do these. They're not the easiest wheels to keep clean, but we'll do them at least once for Doc, and then he'll have to take over. And maybe he can improve on the process. Probably, you know, something like a Meguiar's Powerball would be good for something like this on a rotary drill. I don't have one this small, so I'm just resorting to the old brush trick, and got some cloth standing by, so we'll get these looking a little bit better before they go back on the car. And of course, if we're detailing to the extent that we normally do, if this was my car, I would do this. So I'm going to clean and wax the inside of the rims. It makes a huge difference. I don't think these have ever been done, so this is probably 40 years of grime and buildup on here. And when you clean them, it makes a pretty big difference. Much, much better. All right, those are looking great, I think, for 40-year-old stock rims. So still in pretty good condition. A little bit of road rash here and there. I think that's probably where some old wheel weights came off. Other than that, they look pretty good. So back looks as good as the front. So we'll get these back on the car. I really like the look of these tires, so I'm going to be happy with those. I think Doc's going to be happy with them, more importantly. So let's get them on the car. So for those of you who might be new Alfa Romeo Spider owners, you might be questioning on how to get this center cap off. And you need to get this off if you're installing new tires on the car, because it has to be able to fit on the balancing machine. So if you look here, there's a little snap ring that holds the little logo in. So you just basically squeeze that, and that will remove the snap ring. Then you can remove the center logo and get that on the tire changing machine. So I thought I'd just take a quick shot of that in case you're wondering how you get that center logo cap off. Alright, tires and rims are back on the car and looking good. Looking probably the best they've looked in quite some time. I'm happy with the look of the tire. The sidewall looks good, and the width looks good. So just a quick note on tires. 14-inch tires, if you haven't shopped for 14-inch tires in a while, they're becoming a little bit more scarce as far as brand and variety are concerned. For example, I was informed that two of the big players, Yokohama, which is kind of my preference or go-to tire for my TRs, is no longer manufacturing 14-inch tires, at least in all-season or performance tires. I think they're going to still be making snow tires, and the same is true for Michelin. For a regular tire, for example, I'm not saying that you can't get a specialty Michelin tire like an XAS or something from like Longstone Tires in the UK, but from a regular production perspective, 14-inch Michelins, 14-inch Yokohamas are no longer available to purchase or being weeded out of the market. So no new production. Whatever's in the system now is available, and after they are gone, there's no more 14-inch Michelin or Yokohamas available. And I'm sure other companies or probably other companies have followed suit, but I'm sure there will be other companies following suit
and getting rid of 13-inch and 14-inch profile series tires. So just a quick note on that. And that's why we went to the Vredesteins. The Yokohamas were our first choice. We were looking for some Avid Touring S's, but they were no longer available after going through quite a intense search to look for them, even ordered a set on eBay, and then had my money refunded because they were not available either. So just a quick note on tire sizing and availability, and that's why we went with the Vredestein Quadrac 5, good quality rated tire. So that's what's on the car. And one very important thing before I go, you can probably see over there, I've got the torque wrench standing by. Remember to torque your lug nuts, and you want to torque those to a factory spec, which I believe is 75 foot-pounds. And it's always a good idea to check them after about 500 miles, 500K, and just retorque them as required.